Good morning, my friends. How do you do? Miss Bethany has a story to share, and it's new. Let's sit real still and let's take a breath or two. Let's click our ears on. Click, click. And catch a bubble too. Let's begin. It's a Bible story. Joseph's colorful robe. Joseph was one of Jacob's 12 sons. Jacob loved him more than all his other sons. Jacob made Joseph a colorful robe. His brothers were jealous. They wanted nice robes too, and they wanted to be loved as much as Joseph was loved. Joseph had a dream. He told his family, "We were bundling grain from the field. Your bundles of grain bowed down to mine." Then Joseph had another dream. He said, "This time the sun and moon and 11 stars were bowing down to me." His father asked, "Does this mean our family will bow down to you someday?" Do you think that made his brothers happy? I don't think so. The brothers were even more angry. They threw Joseph into a dry well. Along came some traders. The brothers sold Joseph to them as a slave. They lied to their father and said Joseph had been killed by a wild animal. Was Joseph dead? No, they weren't telling the truth. But God was with Joseph. Let's see what happens next. Pharaoh's dreams. The traders took Joseph to Egypt. He was thrown into jail, but he did nothing wrong. Joseph trusted God to help him. He made friends with the other prisoners. And one of them had been a wine taster for Pharaoh. Pharaoh was the leader of Egypt. The wine taster said, "Last night I had a dream. I was picking grapes and squeezing them into Pharaoh's cup. Then I put the cup in his hand. What does this mean, Joseph?" Joseph answered, "You will be Pharaoh's wine taster again. Once you are free, please don't forget about me. Help me get out of jail too." A few days later, the wine taster's dream came true. He got out of jail, and he became Pharaoh's wine taster once again. But he forgot about Joseph. Later, Pharaoh had 2 strange dreams. In one dream, he saw 7 heavy cows and 7 skinny cows. The skinny cows ate up all the heavy cows. In another dream, Pharaoh saw 7 healthy plants. Then he saw 7 dried up plants. The dried up plants ate all the healthy plants. Pharaoh was very confused. Pharaoh's wise men were confused too. Then the wine taster remembered Joseph. He told Pharaoh that Joseph could explain his dreams. With God's help, Joseph told Pharaoh what his dream meant. For the next 7 years, plenty of food will grow. For 7 years after that, not enough food will grow because there will be no rain. Pharaoh said, "Joseph, you are a very wise man. I will make you a ruler over this." Let's see what happens next. Joseph saves his family. For the first 7 years, Joseph was in charge of gathering extra food for the people of Egypt. That way, when hardly any crops grew, there would still be plenty to eat. For the 7 bad years began, and people in other countries had no food at all. Even Joseph's family did not have enough to eat. So Joseph's father sent his sons to Egypt to buy some food. When the brothers arrived in Egypt, they went to Joseph and bowed down to him. They did not know he was their brother, but Joseph knew. Joseph sold them some food. Then the brothers left to go home. Sometime later, they returned to buy more food. Just as Joseph has dreamed, they bowed down to him again. Finally, Joseph told them, "I am your brother." His brothers were afraid. But Joseph told them not to be afraid. God meant it for good. He had a special plan for me, he said. They all hugged. Joseph's brothers rushed home. They told their father what had happened. Jacob was so happy to hear that Joseph was alive. The whole family moved to Egypt. The end. That's the story of Joseph. His colorful robe, his explaining dreams, and then helping his family when they didn't have food. We can learn a lot from these stories. I love you, my friends. Excuse me. I love you all greatly. Mwah.